Welcome back, you guys. As you can see from the title, this is a vegan mushroom cook-off. So this is my vegan mushroom recipe. So the first thing you're going to start out with is oyster mushrooms. So with this, we're going to go ahead and add them into some water so it can soak up the water contents and give it more depth. As you can see here, it's set in the water for a little bit, so you can see it definitely expanded, and that's what we want. So what we're going to do from here is we're actually going to cut it down to bite sizes. So once you're done cutting your oyster mushrooms, what you're going to do is you're going to fill a pot with water, and you're going to go ahead and add a bamboo steamer. That's what I'm going to do. I want the steam to penetrate the oyster mushrooms so it can kind of soften it. So as you can see here, I have my oyster mushrooms cut down to bite sizes. You can even leave these oyster mushrooms plain, but for seasoning purposes and me to give it an extra kick and boost, I'm gonna add this seasoning right here. And as you can see, it is completely vegan. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 packs of this sauce as well too. And of course, my husband's gonna show you the alternate way of doing it when you're doing oyster mushrooms plain, so you guys have to stay tuned for his recipe to come. But other than that, I am just adding the sauce packages to these oyster mushrooms just to give it a little bit of flavor. You know, I love the seasonings, you guys already know. If it's not seasoned, it's not me. So let's go ahead and mix in these seasonings, and you can even let this sit to the side for about 5 minutes or so. Ultimately, you can use this step or you can either skip this step. I did get that seasoning package at my local store, which was my local international store. So if you guys are definitely interested in getting some of that, you can. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of Obey seasoning as well too, because I feel Obey gives it more of a seafood kind of taste. As you can see, I have my bamboo steamer ready, and I'm going to be adding my oyster mushrooms to the bamboo steamer. Now this is not all I'm going to be doing to these oyster mushrooms just to soften them, but this is an extra step. Does this step need to be added? You have to stay tuned to see my husband's. So I kept these in the bamboo steamer for maybe about approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my sauce together, which is a little bit of butter, onions. You guys should know where I'm going from here, right? If you don't know, you're about to know. So there goes my butter and my onions. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some minced garlic. Come on now, you guys know where I'm going, right? You guys know where I'm going. Come on. Take a guess. I'm gonna also add in some pickled ginger, And then from here, if you guys haven't guessed already, we all know where I'm going with this. That's right, I'm gonna be adding some Belovely's sauce, Smackulicious, spicy kind. That's correct. So now I've added my Belovely's seasoning pack. I'm gonna add just a little more as well too, because I love the flavors, the seasonings. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then from here, I'm gonna just mix it up. And this is of course how it looks mixed up. Of course, I'm gonna be adding some more stuff. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Coca-Cola like she instructs us in her video. And I'm gonna add a little bit more Coca-Cola as well too, just so I can get more of the sauce. And as you can see, my oyster mushrooms have already steamed and kind of cooled down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the lid back on it really quick, just for a little bit while my sauce takes on the cooking process so it can complete. Now, once the sauce is ready, of course, you can then go ahead, uncover that bamboo steamer, and now add the oyster mushrooms into the Belovely sauce. And let me tell you guys, when I tasted these oyster mushrooms inside Belovely sauce, wow, amazing. Okay, so all I'm gonna do right here is add these oyster mushrooms to Belovely sauce, and I'm gonna let them saute and cook in there until they soften completely. I'm talking about melt in your mouth. As you can see right here, they're all cooked in that sauce. That means that they've soaked up all of Belovely's sauce juices and all that good stuff. Yes, so good. So with that, y'all, let's get into my husband's recipe. So this is his recipe. He calls it from Baltimore, DC seafood. So what he did is added a little bit of butter to the pan, some minced garlic, and also some olive oil. His recipe is very similar but very simple. He's adding some garlic powder as well to the pan. And instead of cooking them or steaming them, he's actually just gonna have plain oyster mushrooms. He's also adding a little bit of Old-Bay to the pot as well too. And now he's added his oyster mushrooms. Now, mind you, he didn't steam them or anything like that. He just added them to the pot. And he's also going to be adding some Italian parsley. And he's also going to add some 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, I have to admit, this does look amazing. And he's also going to be adding his beer of choice to give the sauce more depth as far as seasoning. And he's also going to add a little bit more Old-Bay. And when I tell you guys, okay, when I tasted his, it truly tastes like seafood. So be prepared when you taste it. So like I said, like, share, and subscribe. You guys definitely choose. Put it in the comment section and let me know.